Good morning, beloveds. Not quite sure I'm awake yet. Ooh, that was not fair. You cannot see him because he is down on my knee, but Foster is down here. He started to scratch, but the problem was my hand was between me and what he wanted to scratch. So, cats. All right. It is March 27th. We are fast approaching the end of this book. And the next book is huge. I know it's backwards. It is called Courage, Conviction, and Consciousness. 365 Days of Inspiration from the Women of New Thought. I'm very excited about this one. So, not that I have not thoroughly enjoyed Beyond Appearances. So, then we'll have another year. And then after another year, we'll decide what we're going to do next, right? Okay. It is March 27th. Our title is Thoughts and Meditations. The first quote is, "Let the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord." You could also, I've learned the other word you can use if Lord is a little triggering for you, presence. So that's the one I'm trying to use. Psalm 19:14. The second quote is, "No matter what the lips may be saying, the inner thought outspeaks them." And that is Science of Mind, page 350. All right. In his play, Strange Interlude, Eugene O'Neill has his character first speak lines directed to other characters, then speak what they are thinking to the audience. The technique makes for a fascinating, dramatic piece of theater and gives us an insight into human nature. Would we be willing for everyone to hear the meditation of our heart, our innermost thoughts? Do those deep thoughts agree with what we actually say and how we live our lives, or are they filled with things that we would just as soon not have anyone hear? Ernest Holmes wrote, "In dealing with the mind, we are dealing with a force we cannot fool. God knows our thoughts, secret desires, jealousies, and resentment. God also knows when we long to express love to others but resist doing so because of pride, fear that our affection will be turned away, or other reasons. The challenge is to align our thoughts and our words. When we are honest and loving in our relationships, we express ourselves in ways that reflect our oneness." Ralph Waldo Emerson said, What you are stands over you the while, and thunders so loud I cannot hear what you say to the contrary. May the words of our mouths and the meditation of our hearts always be centered on God. I know God is aware of my every thought. I focus my awareness on the activity of my mind and consciously monitor my thinking so that my words and my life reflect God's loving presence within me. I am blessed. And that is J.A. Gene Anderson. All right. That's one of those things that when you are doing treatments and you're not getting the results that you think you want, that you say you want, that's one of those things you want to go back and check. She's calling them the meditations of your heart. And Jesse, yesterday in the Sunday, March 26th, the Sunday service, said kind of a similar thing, in that we tend to worry things into, we think we can worry things into existence. And frequently we do, but the problem is we worry into existence the opposite of what we've asked for. So it's like we have said out loud, this is what we want. And yet our innermost thoughts and our worries, which Albert Einstein called the misuse of imagination, are the opposite. And then we wonder why either we're not getting any results at all, or the results we're getting aren't what we want. It's because, as Ralph Waldo Emerson said, what is it? It thunders so loud. Our thoughts thunder so loud that he can't hear our words to the contrary. What you are stands over you the while and thunders so that I cannot hear what you say to the contrary. And so that's a masterclass right there in why we don't get the results of the treatment that we want. It's like, okay, this is what we have said out loud that we want, but for some reason, either we don't believe we deserve it, or most likely what we have said out loud isn't really what we want. It's either what we've been told we want or what we think we should want, and there's a lot of that goes on. It's like, okay, society and culture and religion has this way of twisting us and telling us, well, this is what you should want. Which I had a dear practitioner friend of mine one day look at me and say, stop shitting on yourself. And it rocked me back on my heels and I went, what? Okay. We have been told that this is what we should want. And yet it isn't what we want. And you see this frequently with children when they go away to college. They go away to college to major in something that they think that they should want because their parents are living vicariously through them and want them to, or they want them to follow in their footsteps. It's like, this is the career I've always wanted, so you're going to have this career. Or this is the career that I have had and it's good enough for you. And they get to college and they wonder why they're miserable. Until they mature a little bit and decide what they want for themselves. I went to school to be an engineer. Now, honestly, I did think that I wanted to be an engineer. I was very interested in nanotechnology. I wanted to be able to help people with the nanotechnology. Like, I wanted to go into medical nanotechnology, and this is what I wanted. My mother is an engineer. My father is in business. And now, there was never any pressure from either parent as to, what I should do. But this is what I thought I wanted. And then I got to college and I got 4 years into that program. And then I finally hit that one professor and that one class that convinced me this is not what I want. And at that point, I stopped and I took a good hard look at what it was that I wanted to do. And I changed my major. And I was a whole lot happier. Now I get to tell people that I have that my undergraduate degree is in anthropology. It's in archaeology, but anthropology, which is the study of people. But I have a double minor in math and a minor in engineering. So, but it was when I finally stopped and looked around and went, is this really what I want? Is this really what I'm suited for? And I took a good hard look at it. Cause I'd been in school for 4 years. And I called both my parents and said, I think I can do this, but I need money for summer school. And they both gave me money for summer school. And I got out it took me 1.5 years. So I was in college for 5.5 years, but that was the point. I took a good hard look at myself and I made my thoughts and what was in my heart and mind match. And it landed me here. And I'm basically happy with my life. Are there things that I can improve? Yes. But I'm basically happy with my life. What needs to be fixed? They're minor adjustments. And I'm working on them. So that's what she's talking about. Thoughts and meditations. What you think you want versus what the heart wants, what you actually want, what you've been told you want, what you've been told you should want versus what you actually do want. So if you are not getting the results that you want in treatment, go back and weed your garden. Go back and look at your heart. Lay your heart out. And, if we're going to quote Ralph Waldo Emerson, because Jesse did yesterday, get your bloated nothingness out of the way of the divine. Whatever it is that you think you are here to do, your purpose is to live and have experiences that the divine can only have through you. Everything else, it's a gift. So, I don't know about the mission today. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, may the words of our mouths and the meditations of our heart always be centered in God. May your mind and your heart match. May you be doing what it is that you truly want to do in your mind and your heart. If your mind and heart are aligned and centered on God, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. That's the mission today. Align your mind and heart and center it on God. Oh, which you can take any way you want. So, all right. That is the mission today. I would also, as I do encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. And aligning your mind and your heart and centering it on God is probably one of the most loving, kind, and compassionate things you can do. Taking a good, hard look at your life and see the areas of your life where they don't match up, where you are shooting on yourself, where your heart is telling you one thing and your mind is saying another. See which one is, because most likely your heart is what you want and your mind is telling you what society has told you want. And that is loving, that is kind, that is compassionate, and you can do a 180. You can change your mind, you can change your career, you can change all of that. You can get out of your own way. Or you can get the people who love you out of your own way. Because frequently, I don't want to make parents wrong, for guiding their children. But they should be guiding their children, not guarding their children. It's like, let the children have got to make their own decisions about what it is that they want in life. All right. Love, kindness, compassion. It looks like taking a deep breath. It looks like taking a nap. It looks like taking a walk. It looks like taking a good hard look at what you say you want, what you think you want, and what you know in your heart you want. It is absolutely self-care. It is also about making room for joy. No matter what is going on in the world, you deserve joy. Absolutely, you deserve joy. So, make room for it. It is a quality of God. It is a quality of you. And you know my old saw here. Eat dessert first. Okay? And I do mean that literally, but I also mean it metaphorically. Your life is a special occasion. Don't save the good stuff. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move on. So I'm going to encourage you to do something to engage your mind and your body today. I'm going to encourage you to drink plenty of water today. Hydration is super important. I'm going to encourage you to get early in your day, bright light. I don't know if we're going to see the sun much this week. Looks like it's going to be cloudy and possibly wet all week, which is good. We need the rain. And it may keep it a little cooler. Yeah. March may go out like a lamb and may not. So artificial light also helps early in your day, bright light. It's called a circadian rhythm. It's about a hormone balance where the light stimulates your hormones in a certain way. You'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It is science. You can look it up. Trust me. Or trust the internet. Trust the verified internet websites about the circadian rhythms. Okay. And then this is my quote from Ernest Holmes, and you can take it for what it means to you. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. What it means to me is that heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. It means that once I learn to create it for myself, no one can take it away from me, and I can create it anywhere I am. It does require me to open up my mind and my heart and to see that everything is made of God's stuff. It's the infinite variety from oneness. Tom was trying to tell me about Star Trek. It's the infinite variety and infinite combination or something like that. And I was like, oh, I love Star Trek. I grew up on Star Trek. I don't remember this. And I haven't looked into it yet. So he called it IDIC, infinite diversity in infinite combination, I think. So, hey, I got something new to check into. Gene Roddenberry, he was pretty cool in that he looked at the world and said, we can do better. Let me show you my vision of a better world. And he did. And he did. So, all right. And you can always take Emma's advice in this. Look for the good and praise it. You know, look for the good and praise it. The purpose of imagination is to imagine a better world. And the more energy we put into that, the more energy the divine goes, yes. This, yes. So that's why I say that quote every day. Okay. I think I'm at the part where I remind you the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias that we are on. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. YouTube channels, all of that. And the YouTube channels, there's a lot on there, so please check them out. The Sunday service is up this morning from yesterday, and it's really good. The difference is Facebook, we can only leave it up for 30 days because of the music. YouTube, because of the music, it's the service is shorter because we take the music out per their rules. So, all right. And you have questions about that, you can email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you on a constant contact email. The hot links in that are hot. They will either take you right to the information, i.e. the soul session playlist on YouTube, or to the person that can help you get the information. As in like Zoom links for book studies and classes. There's always stuff going on. All right. The website too has a new feature. CreativeLifeSpiritualCenter.org. CreativeLifeSpiritualCenter.org. That's our website. If you go to the Sunday Talks, it'll take you right to the playlist, to the YouTube channel as well. And that's all sorted into playlists so you can find what you want. All right. I love the playlists. I love being able to sort stuff digitally. I'm not so good at it in my real life. Okay. So here is where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing alignment day, an aligning day. Get your thoughts and get your heart and mind in alignment. It's a Get Centered on God day. It's a Monday. It's a good day. Have a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Okay? You may be the only sacred literature, the only Bible somebody reads. Are you representing the God of your understanding? All right? So, you are a divine spark. You are a brilliant light. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a godling. Remember who you are, especially as you align your mind and your heart. All right? Remember who you are. That quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. What you are thunders so loudly I cannot hear your words to the contrary. In a lot of cases, we just need to stop hiding who we are. All right? So, Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you at around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.